YouTube, this is Rascal Dazzle, and today I have another LEGO Harry Potter custom video for you today. I said today twice, for some reason I keep doing that. And today, it is my updated LEGO Harry Potter custom minifigures video. And these are the updated minifigures from my very first YouTube video. And I really hope you guys enjoy them. Now, the ones that, if you don't see a minifigure that you saw in my first video in this, then that means I haven't updated him or her at all. I've kept them the same. But most of the bad ones, like pretty much all the bad ones, I've updated. So, yeah, and I'll put a link in the description to my older video, so check that out. My first video, it's my second most viewed one, I think, at like 7,000 views. So, yep. Yeah, let's just gonna get started. That's just me right there. And I'm gonna go in the same order that I went in my first video. So, first up, we have my custom Phileas Lovegood. Luna's dad, as you might know him. Remember, the one that told the trio about the Deathly Hallows in the first place. He's really cool. He's got some Prince of Persia torso. I like it mainly because of that necklace. Looks kind of like the Deathly Hallows symbol. His Indiana Jones face. Tan hair, and yep, that's him. Sorry if you hear some talking upstairs. Okay, and the next guy. Now, if you remember, if you remember in one of my videos, or in the first video, I showed my custom Ministry of Magic workers. Well, basically what I did is out of the 4 Ministry workers I had, I tore apart 3 of them. Modified one of them, and then I made a whole new one. So this is the modified one right here. I gave him some yellow skin and whatnot because I needed his face for something else. His bearded face, I forget what it was for. So yeah, he's basically the same, just with modified face and hands. And the completely new one I have is an Auror, like, you know, one of those wizards that hunts down Death Eaters and puts them in jail, kind of like the FBI of the Wizarding World, I guess you could say. Or the bounty hunters of the Wizarding World, something like that. And he's got an Indiana Jones torso. And then he has the paint splat. He's got the artist pants, you know, the paint splatter kind of looks like he's been through in a lot of combat, and he got his clothes real dirty and everything. He's just got like a gold helmet. Oh, an older face. I think it's like from the main wizard, or the main sensei guy from Ninjago. I don't collect Ninjago, I'm not into it, so I have no idea what his name is. Like Sensei Wu or something like that. And he's got a backpack full of his supplies. And I gave him that older looking face because, you know, he's old, he's wise. You know, he's been in the business for a long time, so he knows what he's doing. Next up we have Amos Diggory. Amos, I think it's Amos. Cedric Diggory's father. He's got the he's got the detective's body from series something minifigures. I don't remember what series. Maybe series 5, series 6, something like that. He's got Harry Potter's hair, Ron Weasley's old hair. He also has a backpack. This is kind of how he was dressed up when they went to the Quidditch World Cup. Which, I'm running out of ideas for Harry Potter mocks, so I've been thinking about maybe doing the Quidditch World Cup, like a mock of the big stadium or something, so that's just a hint to what I might do sometime in the near future. So, yeah. So, yep, there's him. And I do have a lot more custom minifigures than this, but the ones I'm showing you in this video are only the ones that I've modified that were in my first video. Next up, probably one of my favorites. You have Aunt Marge, after Harry blew her up. I did a small little review on her in my updated 4 Privet Drive mock, but she's pretty cool. There's her modified hair. I don't normally draw on my Legos, but I drew on her face. It looks pretty close to a face, I think. I like it. That little dot that looks like the nose actually was smeared on there, and it just ended up looking like a nose, so that was pretty fortunate. And then there are her legs. And I really like her. I think she's an awesome custom, and I really hope you guys do too. Next up is one that I really hated in my first video. I thought it was really stupid in my very first video that I did of it. And now that I modified him, I think he looks really cool. And that is, oh, shoot, you know what? Hang on one second. I'm just digging through my Lego parts here. There they are. Sorry, I didn't have this minifigure completely ready when I did it. Okay, there we go. It's my custom Professor Lupin as a werewolf, and he's modified. He's modified from my first video. I took the shark body off of him, and he's still got the same werewolf face. I'm trying to get to focus a little bit better. It's not really working. And he's got his suit torso from the new Hogwarts. If I had the Wolverine claws or the claws from that werewolf set in the Monster Fighters series, I'd give him those, but I don't have either of those sets. So I just kind of gave him these Prince of Persia type fighter claw type things. They work pretty well. He's got gray legs, like his pants ripped off, and then Lupin's regular face. I don't have a werewolf torso to give him, and I think Lupin's torso works fine for him anyway. So next, these two are the exact same. My custom, legs are tough. Mermaids from my first. Well, I keep saying from my first video, but the reason I'm showing you these is because they're all from my first video. Duh. They're my mermaids, like I said. They're really cool. The only modified thing I made about them was I gave them both spears instead of their older weapons. I think they had tridents back then, but the spears look cooler because that's what they had in the movies. And I kind of did that kind of thing for like a mermaid fishtail. I thought about taking the mermaid tail off my series 10, I think it's series 9 minifigures, because I have like 3 of the mermaids. But I figured, you know what, I like these green ones. I'm actually kind of proud of how they turned out. So I figured I'm going to keep them with these. So yeah, the only thing is they break off a lot, which is kind of a downside, but you know what, I like them. And, oh yeah, and they are just, when you actually do look at them, they are just Ahsoka from Star Wars. It's her torso, excuse me, her torso, head, and tentacle things. Next up is Rufus Scrimgeour. Scrimgeour, I think is how you pronounce it. He's really cool. He's got Lupin's old suit. He's got Lucius Malfoy's old hair, or Lucius Malfoy's new head, sorry, and Dastan from Prince of Persia's hair, or at least I think that's where I got it from. And there's no real use for the back face, because that's a Death Eater face, and Rufus Scrimgeour wasn't a Death Eater, at least not that I know of. I know a lot about Harry Potter though, so I don't recall him being a Death Eater. Next up, you have Bill Weasley. I gave him the suit from that Harry Potter book, that black suit, because he kind of, if you look back in the movie, he dressed in a more black, like darker uniform. And he's got the Anakin face, because the Anakin face, the Clone Wars Anakin, has the scar. Oops, it won't come off. Here. The Clone Wars Anakin face has the scar over the eyes, you can tell, right here. On his right eye. Or, it's left to you, but if you were to like look from his view, it would be right. But yeah, he's got the scar on his eye right there. So it kind of resembles the scar he got from Fenrir in the Half-Blood Prince. Next up is Charlie Weasley. He's pretty cool. I like him. He's working with dragons a lot. Remember, he's always working with dragons. So I figured I'd kind of give him like some ripped, tattered clothing, you know, where he doesn't even have the sleeves on his shirt anymore. He's got his hair is all messy, you know, because I mean he's working with dragons. They're pretty ferocious creatures, at least I've heard. So yeah, that's why I gave him that. No back printing. And he's got the standard face too, like just a standard smiling face. And that's that. Next up is actually, now that if I look through all the minifigures here, I have to say this next one is my favorite out of all of them. And that's Aberforth Dumbledore. Like, this probably is my favorite out of all of them. And I just think Aberforth turned out really well. He's really neat. He's got Henry Jones Sr.'s head, Dumbledore's hair, a white beard, short round torso with these tan sleeves, and then gray legs. And he's really cool. And and the face or the shirt doesn't have back printing. So I really like how that turned out. And my last one is Horace Slughorn. I think Horace Slughorn turned out really well. He's an awesome character. I think he's really neat. And the only modified part about him is instead of the old Dumbledore face, I switched his head to the to Hagrid's face. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you. Oops, Fluffy just fell because my camera's sitting right below the place where Fluffy sits in my Hogwarts. So anyway, yeah, I hope you like what you see, guys. Please remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm like only 28 subscribers away from 200, and like just 2 months ago, I got up to 100, so that's huge for me. I've been uploading videos a lot more, and I think that I'm a lot more frequently, so I figure that that's had a pretty big effect on it. And I have plenty more mocks to showcase. So, yeah, be looking forward to that soon. And see you later, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, and see you later. Bye.